What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going over Fire King Azamina. This is going to be a deck that I'm kind of jumping back and forth between this deck and Memento in this coming format. My list has not finalized. This is what I took to my first locals with the deck. So there was a kind of misplays I was making, which I'll explain in the video as well, and why I was playing certain cards. I did end up getting second, I believe. That was the week prior to me playing Memento. Before we dive on in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Help the channel a lot. We're on the 10K when I support to kind of do that. So make sure you hit that subscription button as well as like the video for more content like this. So we are playing the two Garunics to start off. Obviously, you want to have multiple rotation. This can get DD Crow'd. DD Crow is coming a little bit more popular in the meta. Being able to DD Crow this and having the second one in your deck is very crucial. I'm pretty sure that this is standardized at 2. But, you know, if you can cut it at 1, but if it gets DD Crow'd, you're kind of out of luck. Then you play the OG Garunics. No explanation on this. Volcanics now makes you play this card. This is a mandatory destruction during the standby phase, which is important when it comes back. If it's destroyed by a card effect, and if it's destroyed by battle, you get to summon from the deck, which is extremely underrated, and nobody remembers that effect. So make sure you do remember that. We are playing the triple copies of Kieran. This card is a Shavar. Anyone who's watched the channel for a really long time knows how much I love Unchained, and Shavar is one of my favorite cards. So obviously we're going to be playing this. Helps you dodge Imperm, helps you dodge Veiler. Why wouldn't you play this? Anyone playing it at 2, I have some questions. Definitely play this card at 3. Another card that we're playing at 3 is the copy of Volcanics. You're in brand new normal summon that's going to be amazing for the deck. This is the best normal summon other than perhaps the Ponix. This gets you so much being able to destroy another fire and then search. Kind of like your Island as well as Ponix and kind of in the same tangent, which is quite nice. And then when it is destroyed, it summons out this one from the deck. So you get another body, which is a level 8 for your copy of the Garunix entity. Now, something that's a little bit debatable is we are playing the double copies of Arvada, and I'll also mention double copies of Ponix. This is pretty standard at 2. And, you know, that would make the normal summons in the deck kind of 6. I bumped it up to 7 because I don't hate having the second Arvada. Sometimes I'll be destroying an Arvada from the deck, keeping one on the field, and like having the cycle of rotation of always having one being destroyed, summon back out, yada yada. You always have the monster gate kind of live, and it's going to be kind of important. As well as your opponent, if they do opt to like DD Crow this, because I think you're playing 2 Garunics, you have a second one, then you still have that monster gate live. It's also another fire in the deck that you can just play, you know, destroying it. It doesn't really hurt consistency that much, but I just really enjoyed having the second copy myself. That's it for the Fire King monsters. Now we have, obviously, kind of extenders. We have the Diabellstar. This is going to give us into the Azamina engine as well as the Fire King engine because we have access to Ponix with the original OSS. We're not playing any of the Snake Eyes card, which is kind of important to note. This is just there for the bridge between OSS and the Azamina cards. Then for the hand traps, we are playing triple Ash Blossom, triple Fool Rose, triple Impulse, and then triple Imperm. So I guess I should just flip these around. So if you can't afford this package here, you can definitely play anything else. You can play Ghost Ogres if you want. You can play Veilers. Obviously, if you are playing Impulse, you can't play Veiler, which is why we're not playing it. But there's definitely different options you can play if you don't have the budget for this. Don't think Fool Rose and Impulse as reasons why you shouldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! This deck is really fun to play, as well as Fool Rose is an amazing card to play against. If the card was a little bit cheaper, obviously. I don't think that Fool Rose is going to be the best card in the set. I actually think Impulse is kind of one of the most underrated cards. Because you have to see this card going second to get a lot of value. But Impulse is absolutely incredible. It's essentially another copy of Ash Blossom that doesn't lose its talents, as well as having so much more usage. If your opponent tries to summon out a Princess, you can negate that. You can just do so much with this card that's like, what the heck? I don't even know what to say. This card just should not be illegal. Honestly, it's way more powerful than Mulcharmy. Then for the spells, we are playing the double Island, double Sanctuary, and the 1 Fire King Skyburn. I was playing Circle at the event. I have changed it now to Skyburn. I think this card is definitely way more better. Circle is a cope card. Do not play Circle, please. It is so horrible. You do not need to see it. The only match that I ended up losing to was Tier. And unfortunately for me, I ended up seeing Circle in my hand, and it was like absolute dog shit. So I couldn't really play that game, which is why we kind of lost. So having the Skyburn could have definitely let me play a little bit better, be able to pop certain cards and stuff like that. I also forgot that the Fire King cards trigger off of battle. So make sure you do remember, if you just battle in something, this will be able to trigger in the graveyard when it's destroyed during the damage step as well, which is really cool. And then for the Sinful Spoils cards, we're playing the triple Wanted, obviously for consistency, the 1 Hallowed Azamina, and the double Deception, as well as the 1 OSS. So some of you guys might be wondering, well, why are you only playing 2 Deception? First off, I only own 2. I am having a second one that is coming at locals. The person has not shown up yet. But really wise, when doing testing, I actually preferred 2 over 3. That is because I'm playing the triple Wanteds as well as the triple Diabellstars. But if you want to just do it, like start with a little bit less, you can absolutely just cut a Wanted for another Deception, cut another Diabellstar for another Deception. I just really personally enjoy having the Diabellstar being able to send itself or put itself back, and having like the Deception being brought back. Now, something I do want to mention, that if you do get your Hallowed Azamina, like something hit with that, so you can't get your Azamina card back in the graveyard, you kind of have nothing else you can do. Or if this gets like hit with like an impulse, you kind of are stuck where you can't add it back to the hand. So that is something important to note, that if they do just impulse this, your Azamina engine is just going to be shut off for the entire turn of the game. So maybe that might be debatably playing 2 of these. I haven't quite decided just yet what I'm going to be doing with it. Then OSS, of course, is letting you get into your whatever it's called, Fire King Ponix there, which gets you into your full engine. And also having the wonderful effects to be able to search and then draw, definitely just kind of crazy. That's going to be it for the main deck. Obviously, a nice solid 40 cards. Now for the extra deck. So we are playing double Garunix Entity. You can cut one of these if you want to and play number 90. I just have not found 90 coming up at all, and there's been times where I want to use 2 of these. Same thing with the Hope Harbinger. This card definitely can cuttable. I felt like in some random matchups like Branded, where this is not the craziest, going into this can be really good, so I am playing this one. And then we are playing the Silvera as well as the Bat one. I don't even know how to pronounce these cards. I'm not even going to attempt to say it, so we are playing the 1-1. You don't need to play any other ones. You can play the common if you'd like to, but it does not really needing. We're not playing a long grind game. Then for the Link monsters, we are playing the 1 Anima, the 1 Sunlight Wolf, the 1 IP, the 1 SP, the 1 Dark, the 1 Hita, the 1 Princess, the 1 Ambler Whale, the 1 Raging Phoenix, and the 1 Zealantis. So the reason why we're playing all these cards, I'll kind of explain these all to you at the same time. Dark Charmer for Diabellstar in the opponent's graveyard if you want to be able to summon it out. You may be wondering, well, how do you get a Dark if you don't have Dark Charmer? You have Anima, so that's kind of important to note as well. You can also use IP Masquerade to go up into it if you need to. Hita can be quite nice because your opponent like ashes you can go up into a Princess very easily. Animas for level 1s, you can cut this if you want to, but it does help you with Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf lets you add back cards, adding back an Ash Blossom, adding back a Kieran, always going to be kind of helpful. IP Masquerena is going to be letting you tag up into the SP Little Knight, can be very powerful at times, as well as being able to brought back with the Ambler Whale to go up into that SP for a combo that I have shown on the channel before. So if you guys want to be checking that out, make sure you look in the video. I will most likely have it pinned here up in this section right over here. Princess, we're playing a fire deck. Obviously, you want to have an interruption. This card's absolutely crazy. Ambler Whale, we're back to playing Ambler Whale. We have played it at the start of the format with Fire King. This card's going to be crazy, being an additional pop and then being able to bring back with the IP, or just being a monster negate kind of interruption with the Arvada. Arvada destroys this. This brings back IP Masquerena. IP Masquerena gets linked away, whatever. Go up into an SP. You have kind of 2 interruptions there. And then if your SP gets destroyed or whatever, you get to banish this, pop a card of the card on the field. Raging Phoenix and your Zealantis for the OTK. That's why you don't need access code. Other than that, the deck is pretty straightforward. If you guys want to see anything else or have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I feel like this deck is extremely good right now, and you don't have to play it at the full power that it is with the Mulcharmy and the Impulse. You definitely can play any other variation that you want to with not those cards. If you want to put the Snake Eyes Ash, Snake Eyes Oak, and Flamebirch Dragon in the deck, that's on you can do that as well. There are kind of 6 cards you can opt to play. Veiler, even Ghost Ogre or DD Crow will be quite good. But regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for some more content like this. And don't forget to stay safe. Peace.